Hope you all are fine and healthy. Now your exam is heading, so I thought it would be better to give you a video class on the chapters which will be going to come in your exam. Now, today we will be starting with growth of nationalism. The chapter 1 you have chapter 1, 2 and 3. I will be trying to provide you all the chapters, but today we will be doing only the growth of nationalism. Now here we will be studying 3 different segments. First, the partition of Bengal part. Second, the Swadeshi movement, and third, the growth of revolutionary nationalism. Now in first, partition of Bengal. In partition of Bengal, there are 2 segments, 2 sides. First, the British excuses, and the second is actual cause. Or you may write it as actual causes, as there were several. Now the British excuses were very much vague. If you see, the first thing they are given, that is the size. They told that the size of the province, Bengal province, was too big to be administered very well. Now it's a fact. Out of the 3 provinces that at that point of time British had, the Bengal province was the largest. But if the excuses of the size was too large and it will be easy for them if they divide, then it was quite obvious that they would have divided the province in such a way that it would have been an equal distribution, but it did not take place. How did they divide it? They divided in such a way that the Muslim dominated eastern province went into the side, a particular side, and the other provinces come into the another. Second one, the transportation. They gave an excuse that to bring commodities, whether the agricultural products or the tea from the Assam province, are to bring the commodities, the products to the Calcutta port was becoming very difficult for them due to the transportation problem. They thought, or they told, that it will be easy if we break the province, we will make another port at Chattogram and it will be easy to transport the facilities from there. Now, again the contradiction, it can come against it, that if they were willing to do the betterment of the transportation without dividing the province also, they could have easily created a port in the Chattogram province, which they were proposing. Without dividing the province also, they would have improved the transport and communication, but they did not. Next is administration. It is related with the size. They told that it was very difficult for administering this place. The place was full of jungle, full of tribals, full of other problems like the transport and communication, the related one. Now that's why they told it would be better if we divide the province to administer it, for the sake of administration. It will be better if we divide the province for the sake of administration. Now think about it. They gave the excuse of the tribals, which at that point of time they were living in the Bihar province, which was still at that point of time inside the Bengal province, because Bengal province at that point of time were consisted of Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. Not only that, they gave an excuse that the Odia people outside Odisha are in numbers, significant numbers. So they wanted to bring the Odia speaking people inside the Bengal province. They will be settling in Odisha. So that's why they are dividing it. These were the major causes, major excuses given by the British. Next, hurting the nationalism. This is the actual cause. Bengal at that point of time was the nerve center of the Indian nationalism. All the political leaders, if you see that all the political leaders at that point of time were from Bengal, whether Umesh Chandra Banerjee, Surendranath Banerjee, Bipin Chandra Pal, everyone. Most of them, not everyone. There were some people who were in the western part of India also, but still majority of the leaders, front-running leaders, were from Bengal. So if they divide Bengal, instead of protesting against the British authorities' rule or demanding the dominion status or better legislative council, they will be busy in protesting against the division of Bengal. So the ultimate goal will be shifted from the nationalist perspective to a divide and rule. Then it will be easy for British to smoothly carry forward. Divide and rule. British intentionally chose the provinces and separated it where the Muslims were more in numbers. Karjan himself went to the eastern provinces and proposed, he washed the brain of the Muslims that if you support the provision of divide and rule, it will be better for you. You can do a lot of facilities will be given to you. These are the actual causes. And in the course of that incident, what will happen? The unity, the brotherhood will be divided, will be broken. The nationalism, the movement will be vulnerable. Instead of fighting against the British together, the Muslim will be separated, they will be isolated from the movement. So the movement will be losing its course. Next, the Swadeshi movement. Quite obvious, people were not ready to accept the partition of Bengal, so they started the Swadeshi or anti-partition movement. Now, first one is there were significant 5 stages. You can see, you have read already, I think you will be again reading, since the exam is reading. There are 5 stages, prominent stages. In first stage, Hartal, Raksha Bandhan, this movement, the immediate actions are taken against the British rule to show disrespect, to show protest against the movement or against the decision of the partition of Bengal. What did they do? They did Hartal, they did Raksha Bandhan, they took bath in Ganges, they barefootedly walked together, Hindu and Muslims, to show the brotherhood. They tried to portray the feeling of brotherhood who will not be destroyed, is not such vulnerable that a mere partition of Bengal, a mere political line will divide the brotherhood of Hindu and Muslims. The second step was Atma Shakti. It was introduced, this term, Atma Shakti, was introduced by Rabindranath Tagore. In an English term, it is self-development, self-power, self-empowerment. Here, not only Rabindranath Tagore, but the other people, Satish Chandra Mukherjee and all, emphasized on the development of our own. That's why the industry started growing up. The National Council of Education, the blueprint of today's modern Indian education, started during this point of time when they thought it's better to bring our own educational system. Lots of schools and colleges were established due to this. So Atma Shakti actually started the base of the movement. The third one is passive resistance. Now once the base is launched, the people started protesting against the British authority. Many of the front-running leaders left their jobs, like Aurobindo Ghosh. He was the principal of Baroda College. He left the job and came here to take charge of the National Council of Education. Many other things have been taken. He wrote some books which influenced the people of Bengal, not only Bengal, the other parts of the country also, to fight against the British curse. British was treated at that point of time as a curse to the society. United. Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay was writing Anandamath. For the first time, the country is treated as a mother. Vande Mataram. The quotation came from that book. Means worshipping mother. That had come from the idea of treating country as a mother first, started from his ideologies. Next, student participation, the fourth stage. Now, innumerable amount of students left the college, schools, they joined the movement, they started the secret society. The secret societies played an important role in this movement. What are the secret societies? Anushilan Samiti, Yugantar Dal, in Maharashtra, Abhinav Bharat, Mitra Mela. In front of all, it was a mere practicing of wrestling or some other play, other sports. But behind the scenario, they started practicing how to fire through pistol or gun, how to, make a bomb. This kind of revolutionary ideology actually started from these secret societies. And the last phase is revolutionary way. Once the base of revolutionary procedure is ready, and gradually the uselessness of moderate politics is being experienced, that from 1885 to 1905, the front-running leaders of Congress, whatever they had applied, it's been rejected. So it's better to start the movement in a revolutionary way. So they were not fear of dying or killing both. Thus, the Swadeshi movement has been explained. The last part is growth of revolutionary nationalism. There are significant causes. Ideological background. Bankim Chandra, Arvind Ghosh, Vivekananda. These ideologies at that point of time created a humongous effect, a gigantic effect on the young bloods of the Congress member, if not the Congress member, the common people inside India. The Chapekar brothers first started, they were the first person in India, in Maharashtra, who killed a British person. In Bengal, after that, the numbers of youngsters who had fought against the British, killed them, got died, they have been declared as martyrs. Khudiram Bose was the youngest martyr of India. This is how the ideological background created the mass ready for the revolutionary nationalism. Role of press. At that point of time, several numbers of indigenous languages press, means the vernacular press, played a crucial role during the growth of revolutionary nationalism. At that very particular point of time, they fearlessly started writing the exploitation, the extortion that British had made over the people of India. It not only created an awareness among the educated middle class, but also, as the language was in a vernacular, the furthest corner of the country, the mere peasants, the mere laborers who could read, came to know about the British extortion, the real face of British. So, more and more people started gathering, people started supporting the revolutionary nationalism. Next, the impact of the social reforms. These reforms, this had become actually a boomerang for the British. The social reform they had made, like the anti-sati, widow remarriage. They stopped the child marriage, child infanticide. They introduced the widow remarriage. This thing created a social awareness. They started reading the ideologies of the Britain, the liberty, the fraternity, the equality. Since the books started coming in various ways and they had been translated into the vernacular languages, they became astonished that how come a country from where the ideas of liberty and democracy had actually sprung up, they are snatching others. Next, economic factors. At that point of time, we were severely damaged, we were severely affected by the British revenue policy. Not only revenue, but many other ways were also there, through which British were taking money from India. Whether it is industrialization, or the drain of wealth, or the revenue policy, excessive expenditure on the military, these all created a financial instability inside India. For whom? For the local people. Deindustrialization caused the failure of indigenous industry. Decline, the drain of wealth actually financially made India crippled. So this agony helped in the rise of revolutionary nationalism. And the last part, the second last part, international events. In many parts at that point of time, British, were losing the battles. On the other hand, the incidents like French Revolution, where the Bourbon dynasty had been replaced, overthrown by the common people, as the Bourbon dynasty was regarded as an icon of autocracy. In Russian Revolution, the Bolshevik Revolution of 1917 played a key role in the mindset of the revolutionary people, the young blood inside India. How the inappropriate, the extortive, the exploitive Tsarist government had been overthrown by the Bolsheviks, by the communists, mostly representing from the labor class and the peasant class. So they thought we can also do it. And the last thing is formation of the secret society, which here I have just discussed. The secret society's establishment created the base for the revolutionary movement. Here we will be specifically studying about Anushilan Samiti, Yugantar Dal and all. Anushilan Samiti should be given special emphasis. In your syllabus it also there by mentioning a special emphasis. You will also be studying it. So this is how the chapter ends. Hope it will help you to study the chapter well, and I will try to come up with the other chapters very soon. Till then, stay blessed, stay healthy, wear masks, read English newspapers or good magazines, speak in English, converse in English with your parents, with your peers. It will not only help you in your vocabulary, but also to build up a good future. Stay blessed. Thank you.